This is Tom Fox, and welcome to the Daily Compliance News. Today, I want to begin by telling you about an exciting new podcast I'm beginning this week. It is AI Today in 5, where I curate 5 stories about AI and how it works in compliance and general business application that you can use in your business or in your compliance world on a daily basis. AI Today in 5 has premiered on the Compliance Podcast Network. I'm running it for the month of August. If I can get 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to continue doing it. So please check it out, subscribe, rate, and review wherever great podcasts are listened to. AI Today in 5. The Daily Compliance News for August 28, 2025, the Occupied Edition. And we begin with that story as Microsoft is investigating its own employees after Gaza protests occupy the office of the CEO and lock down the corporate headquarters of the company. The company is weighing disciplinary measure for employees who occupied the office in protest of the company's relationship with the Israeli government in the current war with Gaza. The employees broadcast a live video of themselves entering Building 34 of the west of the campus. Spokesman for the group confirmed that several Microsoft employees participated in the takeover and were arrested. This is going to be a huge PR disaster for Microsoft as the work for Israel is coming under greater scrutiny because of the continued war, but also of how they treat their own employees who engage in peaceful protest. Next up from Reuters. Argentine Central Bank on Tuesday raised its reserve requirements for its banks to a level analysts said could risk slowing the economy. The move is aimed to soothe markets as the government of President Milei is rocked by corruption allegations ahead of key legislative elections. Reserve requirements are a percentage of funds that the bank hold in reserve to meet liability in case of certain reserve withdrawals, and that's called a run on the bank. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens given these corruption allegations against the current president. From Bloomberg, it reports that South Africans are confronting a 54% increase in fraud as crime controls falters. Some 566,000 people reported falling victim to consumer fraud through the year, this year alone, through March. The annual report, which gauges the citizens' experience of crime, is particularly damning, and the agency also considered the impact of violent and sex crimes, which also had an increase. And our final story is a troubling one coming to us from the New York Times, which reports that a teenager, Adam Rain, died in April at age 16 from suicide. He had become withdrawn and depressed, and he started using ChatGPT back in January. And he was, the question now is, what was the role, if any, of ChatGPT? What did he confide to ChatGPT? Was he discussing his personal life? Was ChatGPT commenting or giving him advice? This could be very troubling for anyone with mental health issues if they start to depend on ChatGPT to provide answers or even companionship. So a very troubling story. We're definitely sorry for the loss of life and anything along these lines, and something ChatGPT is going to have to watch for. We had perhaps the worst tragedy to ever hit my home county in its history over this weekend, and myself and my family are fine, but multiple others who lost loved ones, lost family members, are obviously not fine. So if you can find your way to help with any donation, I would greatly appreciate it. This is Tom Fox. Thank you. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.